Kristina Wong is an award-winning performer, comedian, writer, artist. She's also been an elected official. She's also a good friend of mine. I feel like we have, Kristina and I went to college together a long time ago. We were different people then. But she is a tremendous artist who's actually spoken out a lot about mental health and woven the topic into her performances. One thing that I'll just say I really appreciate about Kristina is that she weaves in what's going on in our lives into her performances and helps us feel seen in ways that you don't always feel seen. So just a huge appreciation for her. And I will let her come on up. Kristina?
Hello, Oakland! Hello! Hello, everybody! You have your fidget spinners? Or fidget, I think they're sticks now. They became linear. They went from spinning to long sticks. Everyone had a little pastry. They're free, so. So everyone, we're gonna kick the day off by telling you my deepest, darkest secret. Okay, because this is the AANHPI Summit 2024, right? We gotta go big or go home, right? I'm good, you're gonna record my biggest secret, this is good. This is a very big deal I'm gonna share with you. This secret has the potential to bring down the Wong family name, so like half this room gone, right? Most of San Francisco gone. This secret brings more shame to my family than the fact that I didn't get into Lowell. Anyone go to, if you don't know San Francisco public high schools, Lowell is like Kim Kardashian, everything else is Rob Kardashian. This secret brings more shame than the fact I didn't graduate from UCLA with honors. More shame than not using my mother's 10% off discount at Ross on Senior Tuesdays. This is a really big secret, and I'm going to share it with you. So please give me some energy as I share this big secret with you all. Okay, so here's my secret. When I was in college, Kristina Wong, saw a therapist. Yeah. Thank you, light applause, thank you. And I didn't just see one therapist, I saw two therapists because I'm such a baller. Now, going to therapy is not something that we like to talk about if we're Chinese American. Chinese Americans make some noise. That's basically the equivalent of a Chinese riot that we just heard right there. We don't talk about seeing therapists. It's something we don't do. I grew up believing that being miserable was just part of being Chinese American. Just the way it is. If my parents and my immigrant grandparents did not push through their misery, I would not have the opportunities that I have today. Pushing through that misery, passing that guilt on to our children, this is the Chinese way. Because Chinese people, we do not strive to be happy. We strive to be successful. That's right. I was told by my mother at 13 years old that I was never to see a therapist. One, it was too expensive. Two, if anyone ever finds out that you ever saw a therapist, Kristina Wong, you will not be able to get a job when you grow up. As if this therapist would write down all my secrets, store them in a file cabinet, keep tabs on my every move for decades to come. Then one day in the future, when I'm interviewing for a job or promotion, would kick down the door of my employer and hand over a record of my visit. Proof that there was once a time in my life where I was too emotionally weak to do data entry or customer service, and therefore being destined for a life of unsuccessfulness. You see, Chinese people, we do not see therapists. My parents, my grandparents, they escaped communism from China. They learned early on that you do not tell a stranger your secrets. You do not trust your neighbors, your friends. You don't trust your own family members with these secrets. And therapists, even these cool hippie ones with bongo drums in the corner of their office and macrame wall hangings, They are spies sent by the government. If you tell a therapist your secrets, they will blackmail you and you will be forced to leave this country. No, I'm fine. I am totally fine. My mother would point out time and time again, there was no financial logic to see a therapist. I mean, if I had $150 to pay a stranger for 1 hour to listen to me talk, could I say I really even had a problem? I mean, I wish I had $150 to just have strangers, pay a stranger listen to me talk, because in college it would take me 2 or 3 days to earn $150. Was it worth those potential 3 days of work for that one potential freeing 1 hour magic hour with a therapist to let go of my problems to a stranger? If I had that kind of money, I wouldn't have problems, because I would be rich. And if I was rich, it would mean I was successful. And successful is what Chinese people want to be. We clear here? No, okay? Misery is a great way to save money. Misery is a great way to save face. The prospect of joy is not worth $150 an hour. Not wanting to off myself is not worth $150 an hour. I am not worth $150 an hour. Besides, if I was depressed, I'd be weak. And I'm not weak. I'm an honor roll student. I'm here on a scholarship. I'm a good daughter. If the scholarship committee finds out that there was once a time when I saw a therapist, they could even years after the fact retroactively take away my scholarship. If I was depressed, I would look like the pop culture images of depressed people, right? I would look like those rock stars who have a stable of emo fans waiting to emulate their every move. I would be like those celebrities addicted to painkillers, running around on Hollywood Boulevard with no underwear on for the paparazzi. Right? I would be like those psychology brochures of white women always looking out of rain-speckled windows. Always looking forlorn. That's not me. I'm a smiley, jokey person. I think I'm a funny person. I'm just unhappy most of the time. Now, the first time I see a therapist is in my second quarter at UCLA. I have stress ulcers that are tormenting me day and night. I cannot stop crying. I have anger that I don't know where to channel. And I find out that as part of my student reg fees, I am entitled to a maximum of 8 free sessions at Student Psychological Services. And now the Chinese side of me is really conflicted. Do I bring shame to the Wong family name by seeing a therapist? Or do I bring complete and total shame to the Wong family name by leaving $1,200 in free services on the table? I make the call for the appointment when my dorm roommates are gone, crouched on the floor. As it turns out, there is quite a wait to see a free therapist at Student Psychological Services. Wait, there are other people on this campus who are totally losing their minds like me? Who are they? I mean, everyone on this campus looks fine to me. The woman on the phone asks me if there are any circumstances which would warrant me seeing a therapist sooner. What, this is an audition now? But I don't have a monologue prepared. I'm so angry I could hurt someone. Oh, don't say that. That sounds so crazy. I can't stop crying. Oh, that's not good enough. They want blood, carnage, open wounds. Yes, fine. I'll take the first available appointment in 4 weeks. When my appointment finally comes for Student Psychological Services, I take the back way across the campus. I put on my sunglasses so that nobody can see me. I time it so that I spend the most minimal amount of time in the waiting room, where nobody can recognize or memorize my face and form opinions about me. I'm hiding behind a magazine. Wow, look at all these people who need to see a therapist. Are they spies? Spies sent to tell everyone how I'm so miserable, even though that's the Chinese way? The therapist calls my name. Kristina Wong, they're ready to see you now. Shh. Not so loud. As I enter the room, it's like the stage is set. A box of Kleenex, a clock facing outwards, a chair. The therapist they give me, he's an older white man. I'm not actually sure what's supposed to happen in these therapy sessions. I've only seen them play out on television shows like Growing Pains or Frasier, where white therapists talk to their white patients who pay a lot of money to kind of pine about their lives. It's like, it doesn't seem that much different than hanging out with your friends, except this is like a magic couch, like a magic white people couch that white people have access to, and now suddenly I have access to. I don't know if it's normal for me to be crying so much or rehashing so much about my life. It's a little awkward telling this white guy about the low-key experiences I'm having with racism at UCLA, because I don't want to make him feel attacked. So I find myself being very gentle and telling him about my experiences with racism because, I don't want him to feel uncomfortable with my experiences with racism because that is my job, to make him feel better about my experiences with racism. Now, I am not sure what is supposed to happen in these sessions exactly because all of my stories are being met with silence from my therapist. Am I boring my therapist? I'm boring my therapist. So I jazz it up. I gesture to show all the way that these stories have made me feel. I try to pour out more emotion, reliving the worst of my life, only to have this therapist respond with, well, seems like you're going through a lot right now, Kristina, but we're out of time, so let's pick this up where we left off next week. And with big swollen eyes, I can't even make eye contact with the receptionist as I make my next appointment. Make a beeline to the bathroom. I take a paper towel and I cool my eyes down so I can face the campus. Week after week, I think, okay, this is the moment where I'm going to have that magic couch moment. But it doesn't happen. And I think, okay, maybe next week, this is the week. This is what I have to do. Maybe I have to bring him more pathos. Maybe I need to bring him more trauma. Maybe I need to go through more fucking Kleenex. But it's like I have the Simon Cowell of therapists. Really? Nothing? Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people will tell you that their lives were saved when they went to go see a therapist, but it's not going to be what saves mine. And that's what is making me panic even more. Time is running out. More importantly, my 8 free sessions on that supposedly magic couch are running out, and I can't let people know that I am not getting better. I have to smile, even if I'm not happy. Tell them I'm fine when I'm not. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Come on, magic couch. Come on, Simon Cowell therapist. Come on. I have more trauma. I have more terrible stories that I can relive. Come on, please. I have more I can tell you, and time? That's it? I'm out of my 8 free sessions? Then why don't I feel better? Oh my God. Maybe I'm so crazy I can't be fixed. I'm crazy and Chinese. This is a deadly combination no one's ever seen before. Oh God. Maybe my mother was right. Maybe therapy isn't for Chinese people. I mean, it was a mostly white profession with mostly white patients. It was developed in Germany. Maybe they don't know how to deal with people of color. Maybe they've only read about us in studies where we're like cultural specimens. Besides, so much of being Chinese could actually be interpreted as a mental disorder, right? For example, when I was explaining to my white friend how my grandmother keeps her remote control mummified in saran wrap, he was like, does your grandmother have OCD? And I'm like, no, she's just Chinese. And just because I'm constantly juggling 12 projects at once, maybe half of them will get done. Sometimes I don't sleep. It doesn't mean I have ADHD. I'm just Chinese. And just because I cried for weeks on end that I didn't get into UC Berkeley, that's another school I didn't get into, by the way, doesn't mean I'm prone to depression. I am just Chinese. And just because I scream at my house guests, take your shoes off when you're in my house, doesn't mean I have social anxiety disorder. I'm just Chinese. Oh, by the way, this is not that kind of speech where I tell you everything gets better when you call a hotline. Everything gets better when you go call someone, talk to someone, go get help. Human beings, we are complicated amalgams of trauma and history. Getting better, learning to survive every day, it's not as easy as just seeing a 1-hour therapist. And therapists, they're not one size fits all. They don't have magic wands that they can wave to make everything better. Where I did find the change that made me feel better was not in a therapist's office. It was in a class that I took at UCLA. It was called The Invisible World, taught by LA opera director Peter Sellers. And in this class, we created what many in the theater world would refer to as weird shit. And we would be assigned to create these performances that took place everywhere, from rooftops, stairwells, hallways. And I would just take all this pathos that was in me and I would put it in these performances and make them exciting experiences for other people to watch. And there was something very transformative about taking these things that were stuck in me and making them things that other people could watch and enjoy. And then afterwards, after the class, we would eat hummus together. We'd just eat healing Trader Joe's hummus. And it was in that class that I had this great revelation that instead of paying a stranger $150 an hour to hear me talk about my problems, that maybe I could have an audience pay me, listen to me talk about my problems. Very Chinese. So I had toured a show called Wong Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest on and off for 8 years. Thank you. And that show explored a topic that not a lot of people were looking at, which was at that time the high rates of depression and suicide among Asian American women. In 2006, when I premiered the show, there was a statistic or a study that came out saying that young Asian American women, ages 18 to 24, had the second highest rates of depression and suicide. And it was a statistic that when I saw, I felt both surprised by, and yet it felt familiar. That maybe there were other people running around in this country who were secretly holding their shame and telling people they were fine when they were not fine. And now, this topic of being depressed, which my mother had convinced me would never get me a job, is the job I have for a living. Now, I know it is not realistic for all of you to stop what you're doing and deal with your anxiety by becoming a performance artist for a living. I am not at all asking you to deal with mental instability by entering financial instability. But there are ways that are not covered by our insurance or not institutionalized that bring us mental wellness. My cat, Happy. This is my cat, Happy. You know, he's a street cat with FIV that I adopted. And he sometimes looks at me and I go, are you hitting on me? Is my cat hitting on me? And sometimes I need to get up and do work, but have you had this problem? You have to cancel everything because there's a cat sitting on you. And to me, he's not covered by my insurance, but he's one of the things that brings me wellness. Does anyone else have something like this that brings you wellness? Will you tell me what it is? Do you mind sharing? My kids. Your kids. That would not give me wellness, but yes, yes, have a Happy. What else? What else gives you wellness, everybody? What else gives you wellness? What else gives you wellness? I hear a dog. What else is giving you wellness? What? We're going for a walk. Friends are your wellness. Over there, what's giving you wellness? Meditation giving you wellness. What is giving you wellness? The R's is giving you wellness. What is giving you wellness? What? Sushi is giving you wellness. What FaceTime? Oh, is it just the face that's giving you? Are you just FaceTiming the face? What do you get? What's that? The military? Volunteering. There's a lot of that in the nonprofit world. What else is giving you wellness? Korean food. What else is giving you wellness? Boba's giving you wellness. What is giving you wellness? What shopping is giving you? What is you giving you wellness? If you know what's giving you wellness, just feel free to throw the things around. Throw your wellness around. What is giving you wellness? Art is giving you wellness. What is giving? You have to give these back to me, by the way, at the end of this. What is giving you wellness? Money. Tequila. I don't know if that's totally helping. What's that? Music is giving you wellness. Throw these around. Throw your wellness. Throw your wellness, everybody. Yes, throw the wellness. What else is giving you wellness? What else is giving you wellness? What else is giving you wellness? Kristina Wong is giving you wellness. What is giving you wellness? Come on. Weed is giving you wellness. What else is giving you wellness? What's that? Gardening. Or maybe gardening weed. This could be a collab right here. Sex is giving. Sex is giving her wellness. So them. I don't want to assume what your pronouns are. What else is giving you wellness? Sunlight is giving you wellness. Flowers is giving you wellness. Food. Your dog is giving you wellness. Is sex still giving you wellness? Yes. Friends are giving you wellness. Keep throwing the wellness around. We have to share these hot tips because the insurance systems and our government systems will not catch up fast enough, everybody. Come on. What is giving you wellness? Carbs are giving you wellness. What are you giving wellness? More carbs are giving you wellness. Keep throwing the cats. Keep throwing the wellness. What else is giving you wellness? What is giving you wellness? What? Okay, sex is giving you wellness again. More sex. Oh, I'm out of cats, so we have to keep sharing. Keep telling me as we throw these cats around. What is giving you wellness? Dancing is giving you wellness. Laughter is giving you wellness. I don't see these cats being shared. I see you hoarding. Share the wellness. What's that? Hoarding gives this one's wellness. What is giving you wellness? Laughter is giving you wellness. Chocolate is giving you wellness. Therapy is giving you wellness. What else is giving you wellness, folks? Come on. Let me hear from you all. Meds are giving you wellness. What else? This one is really heavy. Purpose is giving you wellness. Come on, everybody. And yes, over here. How many years old is the cat? Oh, good. I'm glad that's what's getting the question. He came to me around 3 years old. Yeah. Yes? $250 an hour now. It's $250 an hour, yes, for therapy now. I know! I'm seeing someone online and it stops at 45 minutes. I'm like, that's barely enough to go, hey. I gotta script everything. Yes? You're the best opening speaker I've heard in my entire life. Oh! Worth dragging all these cats from LA. Yes. How do your parents feel? Now that I'm a Pulitzer Prize finalist in drama, everything is okay. long because it felt like, why? Like we see all this beautiful press, but you know, talk about us in the show, and it's a lot of the themes on that show about fiction, and this idea that so much of why this issue persists among Asian Americans is both this fiction that we've been told about our lives, and a fiction for in how we exist to other people and even to each other. And so in that moment when I was getting notes on my show and where to cut, I was like, I feel like you're, you know, reliving this moment of fiction, or giving me again, you know, these directives to create fiction around realities. Yeah. So there are, I toured the show for 8 years all around the country, and I got to meet a lot of people, and one thing that really struck me is people that I knew in sort of professional settings in the theater or at universities who present me, they would feel safe to confide in me that they once had a suicide attempt or that they'd been really depressed. And I was like, where were you people when why were we all around at the same time to share this experience with each other? And I do feel across the 8 years that I've toured this that I feel at least the schools that I've visited or different communities have been trying to make a better effort to try to get more culturally competent therapists. Now, I am not the be-all end-all expert of this, but I kept tabs of how this grew, and every time an article about depression would come out, people would send it to me because I had a show about it. So I do feel like there has been more discussion. I think this is actually quite revolutionary that we're here specifically to just focus on Asian American mental health, and it's not one little plenary like tucked into the side. So I do feel like it's shifting, and I have gotten pushback, not a lot, but from my show when I would critique therapy in the shows, and folks are like, well, it is, and from Asian therapists saying it's all that we have sometimes, and I was like, yes, I hear that, but I think I also, I guess from my lived experience, want to share that maybe we also need to think about healthy communities, that if we were to diagnose our neighborhoods or our government or our school systems or the way that we communicate with each other, would this be considered mentally healthy? I don't know. So I love that, as I understand what we're doing today, is talking a lot about other ways communities can be healthy, in addition to like clinics and these kind of more institutionalized ways to deal with it, but it's really thinking at like, what are these sort of bigger things that make a community healthy? And I have 1 minute, and I'm going to take your...
I'm hopeful because the state is finally beginning to realize that prevention, not that clinical at all is bad, but that prevention services rooted in culture, which they call community-defined evidence practices, are very helpful. They work, they save the taxpayers' dollars, and there are Asian Pacific Islander programs like this that are being funded right now, and hopefully more to come.
Let's hope. Thank you so much for having me the opening speaker. I do need those cats back at some point. I enjoyed that. And I bring you back to